It's Wednesday, the 2nd of June. Welcome to the Breakfast Show. I'm your host, Mark Anthony. And can you believe I just spotted a mistake in those opening titles? After 3 live shows yesterday, you find me firing on less than half the usual number of cylinders, I'm afraid. But as they say in theatrical circles, the show must go on. Before we get to the news headlines, however, let us meander along the well-trodden path marked celebrity birthdays.
Happy birthday!
It's many happy returns to actors Dominic Cooper and Zachary Quinto, to Rolling Stones drummer and best dressed man in the world Charlie Watts, and to Spandau Ballet singer Tony Hadley, who incidentally used to work at the same publishing house as I did. He chose the life of a pop star, glitz, glamour, girls and money. I chose to sit here and talk to myself every day. His loss, right? Today also marks the birthday of the infamous Marquis de Sade. So in his honour, I wish all those I mentioned previously a spanking good birthday. Aside from a lack of sleep and my advancing years, one of the key reasons I'm running at half speed today is because, together with my colleague Peter Haddock, I hosted last night's live show featuring our friends at Bobcat, in a show that lasted almost an hour and a half. We covered all the new Bobcat R-Series telescopic handlers, and we took a very quick look as well at their new small articulated loaders as well. That show is still available both on Facebook and on YouTube, and I've added a link to that in the description of the show notes down below. But here's just a glimpse of what you missed if you weren't here last night. The 3 representatives from Bobcat that joined us on the show last night provided some absolutely brilliant insights into the machines, and also how they managed to design and develop them in the middle of a global pandemic. So make sure you check out the show using the link down below. But don't do it right now, because there is more to come. And we'll be right back after this. There is something wonderfully contrarian about the UK construction industry these days. For decades, and trust me, I've been reporting for decades, the sector's lows were always triggered by outside influences: political upheaval, economic concerns, market sentiment, financial jitters. There was a time when, if someone said recession, you could count on construction to be first on board the bandwagon. Not anymore, it seems. When Brexit threatened to destabilise the UK economy, the construction industry just carried on regardless. When the COVID-19 pandemic hit, the sector just soldiered on, growing rather than contracting. And the industry has responded to the threat of growing material shortages with a collective shrug of its shoulders and a cry of, yeah, whatever. Even though material shortages have made it onto the national news, and even though some materials are currently being rationed, the UK construction sector recorded more than £6.2 billion worth of new contract awards in the very short month of May. And on the opening day of June, yesterday, the BC Live League table showed almost £1 billion in new contract awards. Long may it continue. You can actually find out more about all of that in an exclusive interview I conducted with Builders Conference CEO Neil Edwards yesterday. I've added a link to that in the show notes for today as well. Now, as we all know, the long-awaited Balmer exhibition has been pushed back to October 2022. And having been starved of live and physical events since March last year, I was already looking forward to my visit to Munich. But a press release dropped on my desk yesterday afternoon, and suddenly I'm looking forward to it even more. Liebherr has just announced the launch of a new 305-ton payload rigid truck called the T274. And it is a beast. It's designed to be matched with Liebherr's biggest excavator, the 800-ton R9800, which will load the monster truck in 4 passes. Now, if you've been to Balmer before, you'll know that the Liebherr stand is traditionally the beating heart of the show. Not only does the company show off literally hundreds of products, but the front of the stand usually features some of the biggest machines in the Liebherr portfolio. Now, there is, of course, no guarantee that the T274 will be at Balmer. But if it is, trust me, it will be an absolute showstopper. Right, if there's no further business, I have places to be and people to see, and neither of those statements is true. But I do have a day of writing ahead, and there's also a very small matter of getting ready for tomorrow. What's tomorrow, I hear you ask? Well, tomorrow evening at 6 p.m, the planets will align and angels will sing as the Construction Collective gathers once again to bring you its slightly late but hotly anticipated new show. We're playing our cards very close to our chest this time, and no, that doesn't mean we're making this up as we go along, but rest assured, Messrs. Haddock, Drew, Anthony and Anthony, I'm one of those, will serve up a sumptuous repast for your delectation and delight. Who writes this stuff? You can join us at 6 p.m. tomorrow night. I'll also be back here at 10 o'clock in the morning as well, just in case you miss me. But until then, have a great day. Stay safe, look after yourself, your family, your friends and your colleagues. Enjoy the sunshine. Long may that continue as well. And I'll see you again on the morrow. Thanks for watching.